All right, let's do a cheers to open it up. I'll open up with this shot.
All right, cheers. We're drinking a craft beer. Is it considered a craft beer?
I don't know. What is a craft beer considered?
I don't know. I guess
Crafty beer?
this is.
That's sour, bro. That's what you were drinking.
All I got is all foam, my man. I have not hit one part of it yet.
No.
It's all foam.
I did stir it with one of my appendages.
Stupid. This is hell broth.
Hell's broth or hell?
It says hell.
Hell
There's
broth?
no S at the end, and it's off color. It is a $23.99 plus tax and deposit beer. Just so everyone knows, it's a Danish style American wild ale. It's got 6.3 alcohol. What the hell's gravity of 14.3?
Gravity?
Yeah.
Maybe it weighs a lot?
Gravity of 14.3.
I don't know what that means.
Can anyone explain what that means? I would like to know when you get an opportunity, if you can comment. What does gravity mean?
Gravity. Yeah, we got to look that up. So we have our special guest host behind us. Where are you going?
Special guest.
She's got a microphone and everything. All right.
Hello, everybody.
Wow, she actually knows how to turn it on.
We spent the last 15 minutes because she didn't turn the microphone on.
Oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing.
So if everyone doesn't know, that's my wife, Danielle. She's awesome. And she has a giant bottle of water behind us.
That is a big bottle of water.
Yeah. So I haven't seen Mondo in a couple weeks. We haven't done a podcast in about 3.
Yes, I know. You marked your calendar.
3 weeks, right?
It's about 3 weeks right now.
Okay.
Yeah, well, because, things got kind of back to normal as far as schedules.
You went back to work?
Well, 5 days a week, and you went back to work 5 days a week.
6.
It's really not 6.
What do you mean it's not 6?
You don't even work. You just sit at a desk. It's okay. We understand.
Oh, my God.
Special.
So if everybody doesn't know, Mondo also only works 2 hours a day.
Only actually 1.
1 hour a day?
Yeah.
And that's mostly just walking back and forth to the pooper.
That's it. I guess that's about 20,000 steps in that 1 hour, I guess.
That's a long-ass walk.
That's a long walk to the pooper, but hey, when you got to go, you got to go, right? This beer isn't bad. It's got a good taste
It's
to it.
sourish, right?
It is sour.
Yeah.
Which I do enjoy now. I do enjoy.
Where were you before this?
Home.
You said you were drinking.
At home.
By yourself?
Yes.
It's a sign of alcoholism. Don't you know that?
Yeah, well, if I keep hanging out with you guys, I'm going in the right direction.
Nice. Danielle, are you having a drink?
Not yet. I'm having my coffee and my water first. I have a hard seltzer.
Keep your microphone close to your face when you talk.
You know what's funny? I feel like she's that blonde hair girl that's on Rob Dyrdek's MTV show.
What, Robin Big?
No. When he does all the funny videos for like 10-second clips and the rewind.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
That's what I feel like she is. So all she does is sit in the background and cackle.
Do you know Vinny was on Robin Big, that show back in the day?
No.
So Vinny was friends with that motorcycle driver, Ricky.
Oh yeah, okay, gotcha.
And they were on the show, and Vinny was actually on the show.
And
I haven't seen this yet.
and everyone.
I don't know. I can't find the episode.
Oh, we gotta find that.
That would be funny.
And then we gotta splice it and put it on here next time.
Vinny, I'm not gonna say his last name because I don't know if he wants to be on.
No.
But Vinny's a chiropractor, and he is also a very fancy dude who lived in L.A. and now he lives over in the Huntington area.
Great guy.
He knows a lot. Yeah, he's a nice dude. Knows a lot of famous people.
Yeah,
apparently.
no, he's awesome.
Shout out to Vinny.
She's the hype man.
That's a sick hype.
That's funny.
Shout out to Vinny.
So what? You went away, right? You went to Paul's.
So I went up to Connecticut. Yeah, hung out in Connecticut for a day. Actually, I slept over there. We went to we thought it was a brewery originally, but it wasn't. It was called Dockside Brewery in Connecticut. And it was cool. It was like outdoors. I mean, you had to wear your mask when you were walking around and ordering your beer or beverage, whatever you wanted. And then when you sat down, you can just take off the mask. And we were sitting outside, and it was cool. I mean,
was it him and his family, or just you?
No, it was just him and I. His wife and his 2 kids, daughters. They stayed home.
Nice.
And we just, according to what his daughter says, we had our bro time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
sometimes you need a little bro time.
Yeah, of course. And he's also in Connecticut, and we're along Long Island, and it's,
He was Paul was the one who worked for WWE at one point, right?
He worked for ESPN, then WWE, and now he's currently working for CBS Sports.
Nice.
Yeah,
Awesome.
no, it's cool. I mean, the industry is an extremely tough industry to get into, and even to keep it, it's just really hard. It's like almost like it's dying.
So I had a question for you. Speaking of getting into the industry,
Uh-oh.
Years ago, you went to broadcasting school, right?
Correct.
So you wanted to eventually get into what? Radio, TV?
Well, we all know I have a face for TV, but I actually kind of like radio. Obviously what kind of music I like. And Sirius XM Octane is.
So you wanted to be like a DJ, like when you like spin the records, just talk for a little bit.
I mean, it's not really
spinning
spinning records anymore, but it's just everything's digital now. But that's exactly what I wanted to do. I definitely want. At one point, I did want to become an ESPN, sports anchor,
analyst,
sports anchor. But it just.
I think it's hard to get into that now if you're not an ex-athlete, right?
I think it's just hard in general to get into it. You really have to know somebody, and I think that's just my opinion only. And I don't know if I really want to work for ESPN. Not to say that I would or wouldn't, but I don't know.
Give me your dream job right now.
Dream job?
Dream job, besides, fluffer at a gay porn site.
Yeah, well, I do that anyway. No, you know that. No, dream job actually would be to work for Sirius XM Octane.
So you would what's that guy's name? The Spanish dude that works there? That does
Jose Mangan.
Yeah, like that kind of.
I would do Jose Mangan. Yeah, exactly. Grant Random and Katie Babbs and Kayla Riley and Shannon Guns. Those guys are all awesome.
I mean, you have a pretty good name for radio anyway, but would you change your name if you were on radio? Like, would you have a stage name?
Maybe DJ Nut.
DJ Nut? Why would you be DJ Nut? Because Mondo Nut back
Yes, exactly.
Who used to call you Mondo Nut?
Torres.
John Torres.
Yeah, remember they drew a donut on the board? Someone drew a donut on the board in sophomore year because I was fat, and you guys were making fun of me, and it said Mondo Nut. So donut.
I don't remember that.
Mondo Nut. So
that's where it came from?
That's where it came from. That's where it originated from, and then Nut, and then whatever.
Danny, what were your nicknames?
Carpet Muncher.
Danny G. Very funny. Bruiser.
Yeah.
Clutch. Danny Clutch.
Yeah. Speak into the microphone.
I'm speaking into it.
Don't be afraid.
Don't talk back to me, okay? Don't make me come back there. Smack you around a little bit. Just kidding. I don't do that kind of stuff.
He would never do that.
She would smack me around.
Yeah. What was your nickname?
Everyone called me Dave Graz or Graz. And then when I went to college, which is a funny story, I was like, I need a cool nickname. So I was out with the guys one time and I was like,
wait, hold on.
Yeah.
You said you need a cool nickname. Okay, cool.
So they're like, what do you want to be called? I'm like, call me Meat. M-E-A-T, Meat.
Yeah.
So I told these two girls from Staten Island one day that my nickname is Meat and I never use it again. And they would see me from time to time and they would call me Meat. And so that was like my password for a while, Meat, 57.
Yeah,
whatever.
but do you know Meat? Have you ever watched a movie? Oh my God, it was with Kevin Costner. He's a baseball player. Bull Durham.
Yeah.
That's what they called the rookies. They called them Meat.
Meat? Well,
yeah.
I didn't call myself that. I was called Meat in my head for a different reason. But
can you tell me the reason why?
No.
Why not?
You could salute Lord Helmet if you'd like to later.
I'm not saluting shit, but I want to know why. Because I'm curious.
Because I'm meaty.
Okay.
I'm a meaty. Don't you dare look down there.
That black looks good on you. Honestly, it makes you a lot thinner.
Yeah.
Like 4 pounds.
We got some merch. It's not for sale unless some people want it. Danny and my daughter got me a Mondo hats and shirts with our, I guess, new logo on there.
Yeah, it looks like a lollipop, but hey, whatever, that works.
I like the hat one better though.
Yeah.
I don't know if you should.
Yeah, I like the hat one.
Two different companies.
Well, what were the companies? We'll give them a shout out.
Gotham.
And that's on Long Island, correct? And that was the hat.
Yeah.
Which was awesome.
Custom ink?
That's online.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing, I don't know. I mean, the shirt's fine. I don't think there's anything really crazy about it. What don't you like about it?
I kind of like the picture on the hat. Like, I like the microphone with the, I don't know, it looks like it's supposed to be sound coming out of it. Yeah,
I thought it was this. It looks like this.
It looks like dumbbells.
Yeah, it does.
It kind of looks like a dumbbell behind a microphone, which.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell them to do I'm like, listen, I want a microphone, and they just created it from the hat.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Um,
You can hear her in your
Yeah.
headphones. Okay.
Yep.
Mondo's shirt. It was a company that he started for charity a while back.
Yeah.
What was that about again?
Heart and Bells. It was just after I had surgery, um, I think I wanted to like give back and do something really cool for people who had some challenging times in their lives, and
Okay.
I gave it a lot to charity actually, and then I just stopped. Like
Okay.
everything. I mean, what I should have done, and this is something I should have learned, is I did one color was white
Mm.
instead. I should have done like black, gray, and white,
Yeah.
and then went through that way. But I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
So I have whites, but I mean, how many whites can you possibly sell? Like, how many shirts are you gonna sell unless you do it online?
Yeah, you didn't make any sizes for me either. You fuck.
Yeah, well, I can't make extra blanket like tarp. I can't make tarp.
Blanket is not a size.
It's
all
true.
right?
Oh well, for you it is.
Yeah. Boat tarp. I'm
Boat
boat
tarp.
tarp. Double extra boat tarp.
Yeah, double extra boat tarp. So I apologize. It just wasn't enough hands to make that.
Yeah. You know what we did for a lot of the merch that we did was we rolled out. Like
For
the
Viking,
gym,
correct?
like we would roll out like one release and we do a limited release.
Yeah.
And I stole that from Flagner Phil, that company that she likes. The reason that I did that was because it makes it like people want it more. So you sell 20 and you're like, okay, where's the rest of them? And then you come out with a new color, and then people want to jump on top of it right away because they don't want to run out of that color that they might be a limited edition.
Well, so what? Yeah, exactly. So I had the girls' tank top ones, and those I only had a limited amount, and those flew.
Yeah.
They were done. So I mean, like I said, I was just overexcited, and I didn't think I had.
How much you buy?
For tank tops.
No, how much?
Or
Like how many
in general?
shirts did you bought all the shirts up front and then?
I bought all the shirts up front. I had a design done up front, so everything was done up front, and I just bought the shirts. Which like I said, what I should have done is gotten 3 different colors.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I don't remember. It's got to be like 100 and maybe like over 100.
This is what, 10 years ago?
No, not even. Like 4 years.
2015?
4 years ago.
2016?
It was like 4 years ago, 3 years ago. I still have some of the whites left over. I mean, so basically whatever I put into the company, I got back.
Mhm.
Then the remaining one, I actually donated.
Gotcha.
So I donated to I think I did the American Heart Association, and it's something for cancer too. I donated.
Mhm.
I mean, I kind of want to get back into it again.
Damn, it's blowing hard out
Yeah,
there.
I
Holy
know.
crap. I don't know if you
That's why
guys.
I told you I didn't want to come here. Because I'm
I
gonna get
didn't ask
blown.
you to come here.
I'm
You
gonna-
just showed up.
I'm
What
gonna
are you
get blown
talking
away
about?
with my lesbian car. And listen, it was mad funny, right?
We're getting canceled after this
Why?
episode.
There's nothing wrong. It's a
Um,
Subaru Crosstrek, and it looks like you guys said it was a lesbian car. So what I wanted to do, so I wanted to get like thicker tires so it could be a butch lesbian car, but
I even have to cut this all out.
No, you
know
don't.
that, right?
no, you don't. It's us speaking. But yeah, no, I can't because I have to change the suspension from what I heard. So now I got to figure out what I want to
Yeah.
do.
How much do you have left in there?
Nothing, because
Nothing?
you didn't give me anything. You just gave me foam. Thank you. So yeah, so I honestly going back, I went to Connecticut, and the next day we went camping upstate in Mulgut Pond in the Catskills. Really awesome. It was nice. I like being outdoors.
Oh, you went camping with Joe and Tim and all that.
Yep.
Joe said you were awesome, but he said you went to Beer World, right? And Joe's drinking out of every tap, and then you went over and you drank out of
I
one
got yelled
tap,
at.
and you got yelled.
Yeah. So Joe's like, he was like looking at all the taps, and he's
Yeah.
like, oh, let me try this one, let me try this one, let me try this one. I'm like, shit. I was like, I want to try. There was like an Icelandic beer,
Yeah.
and I wanted to try it because Icelandic beer. And the minute I pulled the tab down, the guy starts yelling at me over the counter. He's like, you can't do that. You can't do that. I said, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. And Joe's wandering around the beer world, and I'm like, fuck. But he came over anyway. He's like, you can't serve yourself. I can do it for you.
Can't serve yourself.
So I said, all right, let me try the Icelandic beer. And then I said, wow, this shit sucked. And that was it. And I walked away.
Joe was like, wouldn't stop talking about. You know how Joe gets when he
Yeah.
attaches to something. So I was like, Joe, I heard you the first time. You showed me a picture. That's it. And then he told me that story. Then I was interested again. But we were hanging out yesterday, and one of our friends brought a couple of other friends. And by the time I got there, oh my God, they were twisted.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ. It was hard to, like, Joe and the other guy weren't too bad, but the 2 friends that they brought, holy crap. It's like they never drank before. It was like fucking 5th grade.
Well,
I mean, like, some people just get a little out of control, a little too fast. I mean, not me or anything.
No, never. Well, I mean, it takes a keg to get you anywhere remotely drunk, unless it's hard liquor. If it's
Yeah.
hard liquor, you are. It takes I don't know. What's that tequila you drank? That was a gallon worth.
No. Let's not tell people that story.
Okay. Anyway. Ew. What is that? So yeah, and then that was it. We went camping, and I drove him back home the next day because he can only do a handful of days, which he did great actually.
Mm.
We got lost hiking.
You and Joe?
Me, Joe, and Tim actually got. We didn't get lost, so it must have been due to the COVID. They didn't fix the path, so we just kept walking. We were trying to find a waterfall, and an hour later, we just ended up in this huge grass up to our stomach, and we just kind of looked at each other like, if we go through this, we're gonna get ticks. So we turned around and walked another hour back, and then it started pouring, raining, and yeah, it was fine.
So if you guys got lost in the woods and you ended up staying there forever, who would make it out alive? Tim, you, or Joe?
I think. Ooh, that's a good one.
And then I got another question after that.
I feel like I would survive. I feel like Joe would freak out and run, and he'd get eaten by a bear. And Tim, I don't know. Tim's actually.
She wanted to definitely say something.
I know. But I think Tim would be fine also. I don't think he kind of was just. I don't know. He'd figure it out. He's a cop.
What do you think, Danielle?
Yeah, I think Mondo would survive.
Yeah.
I don't know. Timmy too.
That's the thing.
But Joe, no way.
Joe be dead.
No
I'm
way.
sorry, Jared. Joe, but
Yeah, just give everybody. Why don't you give them the address too?
Freak out.
Joe would freak out because he's like, help! He yelled it out loud. And me and Tim both turned around and were like, shut up. You can't yell help.
He yelled help?
He yelled help in the
No, he
middle of the
did.
woods.
Really?
Yes, he did.
Oh, that's fucking great. I got to give him some shit about that.
He was like, help! I mean, he was joking.
All right, follow-up question.
Wow.
Who would be the husband?
do it.
Who would be the wife? And who would be the kid?
I know. I would be the kid, and Joe and Tim would be the parents.
But what would Joe definitely be the?
Joe would be the wife.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's kind of wifeish.
Yeah, you can hold his hand.
Soft.
And he likes kissing cheeks. It fits. It fits. Tim would be the husband. I would be the kid.
So now we're getting back in the barbecue season, and I finished that fire pit. So I think we got to throw a nice little social distancing party.
All right, so here's my thing now with the whole social distancing thing. Now, if you read the reports in Long Island, there's nothing left. There's, I think, 100 patients in the hospitals right now all over Long Island.
Mm-hmm.
There have been no deaths since July 2nd. And I don't think there's been any admitted. I know there's 8 in Glen Cove right now, and I think the reason there's 8 right now in Glen Cove is because they came back from Florida.
Really?
So,
all right.
I mean, as far as concerned, social distancing. What are we talking about by social distancing?
I don't know. We have a big backyard, so I figure if you invite 10 people over, you can stay away from each other if you need to.
We've been going to people's houses for how long now?
The whole time?
No, it's true.
Pretty close. I mean, we've been hanging out outside mostly for the most part.
No, for the most part, we've hung out outside, and we've kept our distance to a point.
I don't think anybody in our social circle has gotten anything. I don't know of anybody that's gotten sick or had it.
No one's gotten anything, which is great. It's a blessing. I'm very happy for that, obviously. But
I'm sweating my tits off in this place.
You're fat.
Holy crap.
And the air conditioner is blowing right on you, and my right nipple is frozen, and you're
maybe I should get that seat next time.
Maybe you should. So I can see you stop
which
sweating.
side is a good side?
There's no good side.
There's a great side.
No, there's a fat side.
There's a great side and a good side.
No. So yeah, I
think we got to do something.
But it depends. What would you have? How many people?
Like 20 at the most. But 10 with their kids, I would do.
All right. So
I mean, do you think that's socially acceptable and safe now?
Dude, there's so many. July 4th, there had been big parties. I mean, I heard it.
Can you grab me the pink one?
It's also, we're also at phase 4 right now, and malls are opening.
Yeah, and gyms are still fucking closed.
I know, believe me, I know. We were just discussing it right now because Retro's closed.
Yeah.
And
for good.
They're closed for good. And what options does Glen Cove have as far as gyms? I mean, they have the YMCA and they have Glen Cove Fitness.
Yeah, and I mean Glen Cove Fitness was an old Planet Fitness. If you for those of you who don't know, you still have beer in there, right?
Yeah, hold on a second. So this second beer is Rogue Voodoo Donut. Obviously, the reason why he got it because it said donut. Lemon Shifen Cruller Ale. Am I right with that one?
Lemon Schleifer?
Is it Shifen?
Is that an IPA?
If it's an IPA, we're in trouble.
I don't know
I
what
don't
it
like
is.
IPAs.
It's a Cruller Ale. I don't know what a Cruller or a
Um,
Kreller. Like, is that like the donut, the Kreller? No, that's spelled differently.
no.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. It says it on there. Hold on. It's ale brewed with lemon.
Keep that bottle. I like that bottle.
What are you gonna do with it?
I don't know. It's pretty.
Okay.
Put a flower in it or something.
Yeah, we're not keeping just random bottles. Like when I don't live in a dorm room in 1994. Like
No, it'd be 2000 and 2004, obviously, not 1994. Stupid. All right, so we're gonna try this next beer. It's $15.99 plus tax and deposit. Just so everyone
how
knows.
much alcohol was in it?
This
didn't
one
look.
has. I don't know. I don't speak that language.
You don't speak donut?
It's shit. I don't know.
All right, so everyone, this is Mondo trying to read.
I try my best, but I don't
I
know.
don't speak a D.
I don't
I
speak
don't
the
speak the
English.
donut.
I don't. Oh, 6.8 alcohol by volume. So what does
Ooh.
that mean?
That it has 6.8 alcohol
By volume
by
in the
volume.
whole thing has 6.8? No, it can't be.
No,
That's
it's
impossible.
per serving.
Well, how many servings are there? 2?
It depends on the ounces, I'm assuming. I'm making this all up, by the way. I have no fucking idea.
No shit. But can you see how great of a liar he is? He's just so good at it.
6.8 by volume. I don't know.
Okay, cool.
No fucking
Who
idea.
gives a fuck
You
cares?
can get 10 cents though in Missouri.
I don't even have any beer.
You didn't even put any in there.
Yes, I did. Didn't pour out. All right. How is this lemon Shifen Cruller Ale?
Ooh, that's weird. That's really weird. Tastes like ass.
How do you know how Smurf's ass smells like?
Oh, what happened? Our microphones are getting all fucking wacky. Okay. It's probably because it's 6,000 degrees in here.
Ooh, I'm sorry. Rogue, nah, not for me.
It's not my favorite.
I would say no.
You want to try it, Danny, or no?
Yeah, go for it.
She'll
Come on.
probably like it.
Come on,
She likes
Pink.
shit beer.
Come on, Pinky. Actually, so far, I would say off-color Hell Broth is really good.
That was good. That was very
Had a
good.
good flavor to it. Had definitely a good flavor to
I
it.
have gum in my mouth, so
Yeah, that works well. Yay, we're smart.
It's weird.
I would say no to that beer. Definitely that beer is really good, the Hell Broth. And I know the last one that you have is really, really good. And you don't know where the camera is. That's great. Nice. Looks like a Volbeat song.
Looks like my pocket.
Does he have that? Does he have that one eye on top of his head?
Yeah, that's funny.
No, it's not.
So I would initially I was thinking maybe we could tell some stories that I haven't told yet, but I don't know if I want to incriminate myself.
So yeah, well, there's a thing. It's either remember we had this discussion. It's
Yeah.
either you want to incriminate yourself and have some fun, or we can,
That's a good way to try to persuade me.
or we can stay PG and try to.
I don't think we need to stay PG, but I don't know. Why don't you guys give me a topic and I'll see if I can come up with a fun story real quick.
I mean, we could talk about the time that you ran when we were out in Montauk and you ran around the corner and your face was cut up, and then you told us that someone punched you, and that ended up being a lie.
Yeah, no, that was just because I was embarrassed though.
Yeah,
I fell. So I was. We were out.
I want to say it was no, it wasn't Turtle. We were in Montauk, but I forgot.
Not Montauk.
Yes, we were.
No, we weren't. We were at Beach Bar.
Oh,
in
sorry.
the Hamptons.
Yes, in the Hamptons. I'm sorry, I was wrong, but I do remember that. And I remember we were sitting outside because they have like rock pebbles.
But wait.
right? They're
There's a
pebbles,
whole.
right?
There's a whole story behind
But
this.
there's pebbles.
So we
there,
were
right?
hanging out with Dr. Nick. Okay, which I'm not
Yes.
going to use his last name also.
We'll call him Dr. Nick because it took him 40 years to get there.
Yeah, he just became a doctor. He's my age and he's been in school fucking the whole time. He
That's
just
all
became
right.
a
20 years is okay.
Yeah,
It's
whatever.
acceptable.
As long as he's got a prescription pad, I'm good.
Yeah.
So anyway, he he's hanging out and he gets all fucking tore up, like really drunk.
Yeah, but he didn't come with us. We stayed in a house there.
We stayed with, did we stay in like Victoria Dilgard's house? or something?
No. We stayed at. I thought it was a rental house. No. It was. I thought it was a rental house. It was me, you.
I woke up in some random place, like on a
Riss.
couch or something. Oh yeah, that one.
But that was a rental house that we went to.
Okay.
You guys rented a house, or
So Nick
we
met
all
us-
rented a house. But people met us out there.
I think Nick and that crew were out there.
Aaron Leffler. I think
Yeah.
I remember all them being out
Yeah,
there.
we gotta stop using last names. So anyway,
Can you beep it?
yeah, whatever. We'll see.
All
If they, we can beep it after the fact.
That's
So
okay.
anyway, we were out there, and Nick got super drunk, and he comes out of the bathroom, and I'm coming out of the bathroom, and he's going in, and as soon as I walk out the door and open the door, he throws up all over my face and chest.
Which is a good look for you.
Which totally fucking destroys my night.
Did any get in your mouth?
No, I mean I licked a little bit off my fingers, but I mean I do that anyway.
That's because he's hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I go, what the fuck, man? Go, get the hell out of here. So I get him away, and I go up to the bouncer, which I knew a bunch of the bouncers because of Riss and my fraternity.
Yeah, of course.
brothers. So I'm like, dude,
what
do you have
fraternity?
Beta Phi Epsilon.
Gotcha. That shit sucked.
You're an asshole. Anyway, so I get a T-shirt from one of the bouncers, and I put it on. But since I smell like puke, basically, I just start drinking a little more, drinking a little bit too much, and I walk outside. And I go jump on top of someone who's outside to like jump on their back, and I miss them, and I stumble, and then I fall, and I lay out on my face, but no one sees me do it because the guy's in front of me. So I fall and I lay out on my face, and I wait.
But it was gravel.
Yeah, so I stand up,
Right.
and there's gravel embedded in my face, and my whole side of my face is all scratched up.
I remember that. There was like blood. And,
Yeah,
and
so
remember
I
the
don't
scratches.
clean it up. I just go to sleep for that night, and I wake up with my face stuck to a fucking couch cushion because it was all bloody and shit. And I wake up the next day and I can't see out of my eye, and then
No,
I
you're
drove my
wrong.
car home.
No, you're wrong.
that's the
No, you're right. But you're forgetting the in between. So you wrap around the corner running full speed, which is 1 mile per hour, and you're like, guys, someone jumped me. And we're like, what? And we look at you, and your face is cut up and bleeding. So we're like, oh shit. So we're all getting amped up, and we're all trying to find this invisible person because you don't remember them. And then eventually the bouncer's like, you guys have to leave. So we left, and then the next day, yes, to push the
To be
couch.
fair, this is when I was 19 or 20 years old.
Yeah, but I don't even know how we got into the bars, but yeah.
Well, 'cause
No, I think we were 21. No, I think we were 21.
because I would have been out of college by then, and I wasn't out of college by then.
No, but it was the summertime. You were out of college. 'cause it was summertime.
Summertime.
Stop, please. So yeah, I remember because I had to drive your car back the next day because
It was not. It was definitely the summertime,
It was
but
summertime.
I was definitely not 21.
You had to.
No,
man.
I didn't have to be.
Yes.
I had a fake ID for my whole life,
Yeah. I'm so happy.
and I look like 40
Hi,
years old.
Vicky. This is your son.
She doesn't know this already.
Yeah, I know. She's got cool hair. But yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
A precautionary tale, obviously, to not overindulge in alcohol
Or
fun.
over exaggerate. Yeah. No one wants fun like that.
Um,
But I do remember that. I remember because I think I fell asleep. I want to say I fell asleep on the floor, and then we woke up the next day and everyone was like disheveled, and you woke up and the couch was on you,
yeah.
on your face when you got up.
So let me ask you a question. Would you be comfortable telling your most embarrassing story on this podcast?
What's my embarrassing story?
I don't know.
Oh my god, I should totally tell mine, but people might be grossed out.
Actually, you know what? Let's. You want to pull up and come in here for this one because we're gonna need to.
Yeah, just grab a chair
grab a chair and sit right here.
because your cool hairdo has to be involved in this.
All right. So Danielle's probably gonna tell her shit story.
Oh God, no,
Right?
girls,
Is it the shit story?
dude. I tell you that. Remember that one time?
You might need a drink for this one, everybody. If you haven't poured yourself a drink, pour it now.
Yeah, please. No, I remember. Oh God, I remember that one time, which was Christmas 7 months ago, when she ripped one in the kitchen, and I almost threw up.
All right,
Oh
so
my God,
let's set the scene here, Danny. What year was it?
last week.
Yeah, push it up.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think so. Now can you go ahead?
Apparently you don't know how to work a microphone.
That's okay. It's
You gotta speak
you're not
closely.
used to holding something big in your hand like that side. Go ahead. What were you saying?
What did you ask me?
Okay, so set the year, set the scene. What was it?
I think it was 8th grade, so I don't know what year that was. I was
Well, that was 4 years before 2000, so
13,
2007, probably 1997. 1997.
Okay, so 1997.
Who was number one on the hits chart?
Oh, I don't know.
Was it TLC?
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Chasing waterfalls.
All right, stop,
All right.
please.
I have no idea.
All right. So anyway, keep going.
Okay, so what is it? 97.
97.
8th grade, middle school, last period. Okay, so the period before, I was getting a couple like little cramps in my stomach. Okay, so I was just kind of like holding it in or whatever, right?
Holding what in? Bubbles?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, because you don't hold that shit in no more. I can tell you.
So I'm like, oh, this will go away, this pain, right? So it's like I have one more period left. So I get to period 9, and it's probably the last like 20 minutes of class, and I'm like, you know what? If I just release a little bit,
Oh
it'll
boy,
go away.
that's danger.
Wait,
That's
wait,
playing
where
with
are we
fire
right
right
now?
there.
I was wearing black overalls
Okay.
with I was such a nerd. A Basset Hound T-shirt.
The hell's a Basset Hound
A
T-shirt?
dog. The
Oh,
dog.
okay.
So I'm sitting in class next to this kid that used to torture me. So this was even worse.
How's your hair? How'd your hair look?
It was probably up in a bun and frizzy
Okay.
and disgusting.
I want to set the mood.
I probably
Where are
have
we
The
right
mood,
now?
the scene,
So-
not
The
the
scene,
mood.
mood, whatever.
The mood's already been destroyed.
And I was all of a sudden I'm like, let me release a little bit. So I release, right? And I diarrhea my pants. So wait,
I
it gets
diarrhea
better.
in my face.
So
is
I'm
gonna
like,
explode.
oh my God. So I raise my hand, and usually when it's like the last 15 minutes, they don't let you use the pass because that's just what they do. So he let me use the pass. I'm running down the hallway, and all you hear is,
Ew.
Make sure you get into the microphone.
and it stinks. And then
Wait, it stinks like you could smell
I'm
it.
running down the hall sprinting.
Ew.
It's coming out, right?
Needless to
So-
say, she wasn't prom queen that year.
Did you have like when did you have someone like you had to sign up?
Yeah. Hall, like a hall attendant, like
So there was 2 people in front of me, so I'm like,
God, I
oh my
remember.
God, this stinks so bad, and I'm waiting on that to sign a paper to get in, and it was bad.
yeah.
So then that happened, and then fine, I had to. Usually, a normal person would just leave, go home. I went back to class,
Oh my
sat
God.
in my own shit.
Wait, why would you sit in your own shit?
Did you like throw your underwear out?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Wouldn't you have
I
thrown
did.
your underwear out?
So you took your underwear off. You
So
might have
I
wiped up.
cleaned it all
You
up,
cleaned
I
it
threw
up.
the underwear out,
Yeah.
and then
And they were
all
still
the-
stuck?
Wait a second.
Wait, are they still stuck in your
Wait a
overalls?
second. I have a very important question. Mama.
Go.
Did it go up the front and the back?
Oh.
So I went back to class.
I just got to check.
And I'm like, oh God, this kid's gonna probably smells it. It's so bad. So then finally the bell rings. I'm running to my locker, and one of my best friends, Karen, shout out to Karen. She's like, oh, yeah, how was your day? I'm like, I just shit my pants. We gotta get the fuck out of here.
So would you guys ride your bicycle home?
No, I think we walked home because
You squished home.
Oh my
it was far away
God.
from the house.
And Danielle had that giant backpack probably.
Oh yeah.
with like 4,000 books in it. And
She never used.
she's waddling home because her legs can't touch
Wait
together.
a second. Hold on a second. Hold on. So was it in your overalls also?
Yeah, it was all over the place. Down my leg.
Oh.
Sorry.
Wait, what?
Don't worry.
Really?
I keep
I
saying.
never ever done that before. Have you?
Have I ever pooped myself?
Listen, no.
I know you
I'm
have.
saying like after, not during school or not like in your middle school or high school years. Obviously, later in life you did. I mean, you did at least once. Someone had to. I mean, everyone had.
Yeah. The worst time I think I ever pooped my pants was when I was squatting and I pooped my pants.
Yeah.
And football and in college. I like literally shit my pants.
Yeah, but that's acceptable in college. People just probably
It's
cheer you
acceptable?
on.
Like,
yeah,
when,
people
like,
just cheer you on.
It's a
like,
social norm.
You shit yourself? Oh, that's awesome, dude. You're a big tough guy. Because you shit yourself while you're.
Liquid, or was it like full?
It wasn't like a turd. It was like liquid, yeah. Because my diet in college consisted mostly of corned beef hash that I stole from my fraternity brother, and keg beer that was probably a week and a half old.
Oh God.
That had no foam left. It was just fucking pure piss water.
That's a random.
It was fucking horror. Dude, it was not a great way to live. I'm just saying it might have scarred me for life. Might have caused the kidney failure I had.
It might have.
Yeah.
You can go into if you want.
You want me to
It's
go
all
into the
good,
kidney
Dave.
failure?
Sure, why not? Let's hear about Dave Graz.
I mean, the kidney, it was acute renal failure. And the reason I got it was because of something called rhabdomyolysis, which a lot of CrossFitters get. It's from excessive exercise, and your body can't process the proteins that and the waste that you need to get out of your body. Your kidneys shut down. So I was pledging my fraternity. No one believed me that something was wrong, and I just pushed power through like you do everything, and my arms stopped working, and I couldn't lift my arms above my head. So I'm like, something's up. So obviously, the best thing to do is go out drinking, right?
Yeah, of course.
So I go out drinking
Did
that
you use
night
a straw?
to a social. No, because once I started drinking, I couldn't feel anything.
Okay.
So I started drinking a little bit, and then all of a sudden I go home, and the girlfriend that I had at the time is like, "You don't look good," and I'm like, "Yeah, I don't feel good," and I fucking puked everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I wake up in the hospital.
Okay.
I get to I wake up in the hospital, and I see her and one of my other buddies standing over the top of me. And they're like, "Dude, you okay?" And I'm like, "No." And I just pass out again. And then I wake up in Syracuse Hospital. So they drove me to Syracuse.
Okay.
Then I woke up there, and they start questioning me, like, "What did you do? How did this happen?" And I'm not going to rat on anybody. So I'm like, I just, I was working out too much, and I don't know what happened. And they're like, "Okay, this sounds kind of weird." And I'm like, I was drinking. They asked me if I did any drugs or anything like that, which at that moment I wasn't doing anything like that. It was just that I didn't drink for like a good 5-day span when I was pledging because it was just too hard to.
Mm-hmm.
It was just that one night. So a week later, I'm still in ICU. My parents are finally up there. All my friends come and visit me, all that good stuff. And then I get, I get to notice that I can't go back to school. And the reason I couldn't go back to school is because I had such a, it was so bad that I missed all my.
I remember you being here.
I missed all of my finals that year. I ended up getting like a 2-3 that semester. I come home. That girlfriend I was with at the time stops talking to me for some reason, which I found out later that she ended up hooking up with the guy that was standing over me that day. The guy drove her home, and they both like hooked up that same day.
That's okay.
Classy broad. So I go back to school then the following semester. And when I go back to school, my coaches have questions for me. What happened? Well, I wasn't allowed to join a fraternity at that school. I was only allowed to be on the football team, and I bucked that trend with a few other guys, and they found out because of another incident that happened that maybe I'll talk about in the future. But
okay.
So I end up going to my coach, and he says, why did you have kidney failure? And if I would have told him I was in the fraternity, I would have been off the football team for good, and I would have been thrown out of school.
Yeah,
which I ended up getting thrown out of school anyway for. So I lied to him, and I actually told him I ended up at this time. It was actually a lie. I said no, I was doing steroids, and that caused my kidneys to fail, which he took for my word. And I ended up having to pick a game where I was going to be suspended that year. And I ended up getting suspended for one game, which was against like Kane University, which was fucking horrible at the time or something. Or maybe it was somebody else, whatever. And that was kind of the beginning of the end of Cortland, which after that I ended up buying my first gym and all that stuff. And I really don't have any ramifications from having the kidney failure.
Which is good.
Yeah, I lost a bunch of weight though. And that,
which you need to do again.
So I should get kidney failure again?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you could lose some weight, yeah, of course.
Sweet. That's not really the most exciting story in the whole world.
No, definitely not. I almost fell asleep. That's okay, though.
All right. Well, why don't you tell an embarrassing story?
I don't have an embarrassing story. I mean, I do, but like.
I want to hear it.
I mean, what kind of embarrassing story can I tell you?
Well, the first time you found out you didn't have knees?
What about the other story?
Which one?
Grandmother.
Oh.
No, we're not talking about that in this episode.
Why can't we do that?
Because we'll do it another time.
That's an amazing story, though.
It's an amazing story. We can talk about that. I think the only time I actually don't. I mean, as far as an embarrassing moment, is maybe the time that I got too excited with this girl one time.
Did you start clapping?
Yeah, of course. I was like, "Oh my
Give
god,
her
someone wants to
standing
sleep with me." No, I remember this one girl. She.
Do you want any more of this?
No, that shit tastes like shit. She asked me to come over, and we were joking around. I think it was through text.
Do I know the girl?
Yes. We're not gonna talk about it though. I'm not gonna tell her name. But anyway, so we were talking through text, and she says to me, she's like, what are you doing? And we're just going back and forth. And I don't know. I think I made something up about. I was like joking around with her, like, "Oh, why did you want to sleep with me?" And she's like, "Actually, I do." And I was like, "Wait, what?" So I got super excited, and I drove to her house,
It
and we started hooking up, and
was too fast.
I came way too fast.
Okay.
And the first thing I said to her was, "I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry."
Mm.
And she was laughing. And I was like, "Give me like 10 minutes, 15 minutes," and then she threw me out of the house. And then I never slept with her after that. No, she was like laughing, but she was like, "It's okay," and I was like,
So you went out with a loaded gun.
dude,
Did you
so
not? Did you
loaded.
not see something about Mary?
"No, I know," and I learned that I should have fired it out before I went there, and it didn't work anyway. It doesn't matter because I still.
Is that hair gel?
Yeah. So that was pretty embarrassing to me, and I tell the story to people all the time because you know me. I don't care as much, but yeah, it was pretty funny though because like once in a while I'll see a friend of mine. He'll go, I'm sorry," and I'm like, "Yeah, I was. I wish I didn't, but she was really hot. She had hammers, so
Hammers. I wonder who it was.
hammers.
Can you give me initials?
No, because I don't know. I forgot her last name.
But she was from Glen Cove.
No,
Oh, but how would I know her?
you know her. We'll talk about it after, but you know her.
Sounds sexy.
And yeah, and that was it. And it was like, okay. And then she threw me out, and then we never had sex again.
Okay. All right.
Which, okay, listen, I understand.
You never had sex again, or you never had sex with her?
Oh no, I never had sex again.
Okay, that was the first and only
First
time.
and only time, one and only time.
That's so weird.
Yeah, it's crazy. And now I just have a lot of tissue babies, but that's about it.
Oh,
It's all right.
that's a weird one.
Yeah,
That's
it's
gross.
a lot of tissue.
This is definitely not G-rated today. So anyway,
So yeah,
there it was.
I mean, and that was, and listen, we all have embarrassing stories.
Yeah.
And that's okay. You're allowed to be embarrassed.
Is that your PSA for the day? You're allowed to be embarrassed.
It's okay to be embarrassed.
Let's talk about your Instagram posts. Why have they, in the last 5 years or so, 4 years, become so existential and heady?
What do you mean?
Like
Further details.
they're not lighthearted in the sense they're more of like a message of hope and.
I mean, I think at these times right now, especially. What do you spit it out for? I think in these times right now, I think we need that. I think we need more mental strength.
Yeah.
I did. I mean, there's certain reasons why I'm not going to go into it, but.
Do you feel like that being more of a positive person helps you or helps others?
I've had numerous people send me messages saying thank you so much for posting this or whatever, writing this or taking this and posting it. And helping a lot of people out through whatever times they're going through. And I must have picked the right quote or the right thought to have. It works for me. I think in the last 4 years, I've really changed mentally, got much stronger. And I am very positive. I know you don't think so. Exactly. See, it's the first thing. I am really positive. Actually, my whole view of life has completely changed. But I think it goes back way before 4 years. I think it goes back 8 years. I just didn't see it.
Well, you might not have been outwardly as much.
No,
now you're outwardly a little.
But I think the whole point is I think being alone is what opened up my eyes more. I was able to be by myself more and think a lot and appreciate a lot more stuff. Even though we always joke around, I really do. And I've gotten to a point where I've let people go that shouldn't be in my life anymore, which you're the last one I'm gonna kick out. But I've kicked out. But like and that's not necessarily. I think Tupac said it best when he was like, something along the lines like, I want to see you eat, but not at my table. And that's fine. I want to see everyone do well in their life, even people who've left me or I've left them, whatever. I want them to do really well. I just don't want you to sit with me. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I write these stuff because I want to help people out. Like there's a lot of people are afraid to talk about mental issues. And I don't think I have an issue with that. I don't have an issue speaking about it. I've suffered through depression and anxiety for probably my whole entire life. I just didn't realize it.
You know what that microphone could be for now? Like if we have to fart, we can fart right into the microphone.
Dude, if she farts, forget it.
I won't. I think that's the relationship if she farts. Yeah, I don't think girls should fart. I think
I like how we deflected and transitioned into this now. Do I think girls should fart? I don't care. Let girls fart. It's natural.
Yeah, but I think they should just keep it until they explode.
No, there's a remember.
All right, then fart in the other room,
There's like
not in front of us.
well, yeah, no. Let me tell you something, Danielle.
Can rip some ass.
You could fuck shit up with that ass. I mean, you made me almost throw up Christmas Eve. I'm not even fucking with you. Dave was sleeping because he got hammered off a tin cup. Yes. And fucking Danielle. Blah. But anyway, I had to wrap around the corner because I almost threw up with that shit that you rocketed. Oh my God.
That's horrible. That's
Yeah,
fucking
it was really
disgusting. Do
packaged.
you want to open that last bottle?
Delirium? Yeah, we can.
I have another story if you want to hear it.
Yeah.
It's not really
Hold
funny,
on.
but
So can we open up the delirium and get the last bottle?
Yeah, you want to grab it while she's telling the story? Or
Nope. This is in my
I'll
house.
grab it.
I bought it. She got the last one. Google get it.
No, I can't. I
All
broke my
right,
toe.
rock, paper, scissors. Ready?
Oh, fuck.
Do I have to
Rock, paper,
Rock-
scissors, shoot.
Or one time.
Yeah. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Damn it,
Get
motherfucker. Go get it. I'm just kidding.
It's not really fun. I guess it's funny, but
All right, keep telling it.
I mean, you could-
I don't need to be on microphone.
I mean, you could talk about it if you want. What happened?
My drink.
What
This
kind?
was like 8 years ago. I don't remember. I think this. No, I knew Dave. Probably, but we weren't like friends yet. So there's Momo. Look in the background. Oh, Bubba.
Where? Ew.
She's right there.
No, I like it.
So I was driving because I still had my Cavalier. So that was a long time ago. So I didn't know you then. And I'm driving maybe 2 miles an hour. I just picked up my friend. And all of a sudden, I must have looked down at the radio. And all of a sudden, this person just flies over. Sorry, Mom and Dad. Flies over my hood.
that. I remember you did
And I'm like,
You hit somebody?
yeah, but it was wasn't even fast. So, and all of a sudden, all this water goes on my shield. I'm like, what is going on? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm shaking. So my friend's like, calm down, it's okay. I get out of the car, and the guy's like, you gotta watch where you're going. And he's like, and I'm like, I'm sorry, what can I do? And he's like, just get me a bottle of vodka and we'll forget the whole thing. I'm like, is this guy freaking serious right now? So I went to the liquor store, I got him a bottle of vodka, and I gave it to him, and that's it.
He probably threw himself in front of the
He
car.
died after that. He probably had internal.
No, you're right. Actually, I'm gonna go with Dave because you're gullible. But I feel like he probably jumped in front of your car
Oh,
absolutely.
maybe. He
to
probably
get a
did.
fee. All right. So this last beer, this actually is an extremely good beer. Delirium Trevens. It's an
You gotta
actual. It's a very good beer. It's a Belgian beer. I love Belgian ales. This is actually, I think this was one of the first beers I got into when it started to be Belgian. I'm not a big drinker.
Is your microphone still on?
Yeah, I'm not a big drinker. Dave is really upset about that because I don't drink as much as I used to with him.
First of all, let
and-
me explain something.
No, explain.
No, you're
Explain
not. You
opening
are a
yourself.
big drinker.
I'm not a big
yes,
drinker.
you are. You just
No.
don't drink to excess. You like
No.
to drink. It's
Hold on a
part of your
second.
culture.
Hold on a second. When we're talking about drinking, are we talking about one or are we talking about
One or a million. It doesn't matter.
okay, fine.
You don't drink to excess, but you drink on a very frequent basis.
No.
So at least twice a week. You have,
No.
You have one drink at least twice a week.
Okay, so 2 total for the week. Yeah, you're right. I'll have one Friday, one Saturday. Yeah, because technically I drive a lot, so I don't drink because I drive and I'm responsible. But I've come. Holy shit!
Be careful of
That scared
that.
the shit out of me.
Take your eye out.
You shoot your eye out, kid. You're right. I don't drink excessively like we used to. I think a part of it is
Do you think it makes you a bad person if you drink a lot?
no. If you're not doing any harm, no, and yes, though.
So it makes you bad. Why does it make you a bad person if you drink a lot?
It depends on how you act.
Okay.
I think
What-
if
because-
you're well, it depends. I mean, if you're doing self harm to yourself, yeah, it's a bad thing. I think if you drink excessively to forget your past or to cover things up, yeah, I think it's pretty bad. I mean, well, here you go. Are you an alcoholic if you drink every day, or are you an alcoholic if you drink just Friday and Saturday, but you drink 24 beers in the 2 days
So
plus
so
alcohol?
there's a range, right? So there's always a spectrum Like autism, there's a spectrum. There's spectrum for alcoholism.
Well,
Where does your spectrum, like, where does it go from?
For me?
From social,
or for you?
from social drinker to alcoholic. Wait, no, for you, for like just in general.
In my thought.
Yeah, in your thought.
I think if you're drinking, if you get completely annihilated, see, I don't know.
How many times a year? How many times a week? How many times a month?
I mean, when's the last time you remember seeing me drunk? Well, honestly.
I don't keep track.
No, but like
I know people keep track of me because I'm,
no one keeps track of you. You're outgoing and you want to be seen. But
called attention whore.
Yeah, well, you're exactly. And how long have you known me now? Actually, no, I was pretty wrecked at your wedding.
Oh, I didn't notice.
Yeah, you were.
Well, you were wrecked also, so it doesn't. And how long ago was that?
How else is she supposed to marry me if she wasn't?
Exactly. I mean, all right. So 4 years ago, right? I've probably gotten drunk 4 times in the 4 years, 5 years. I don't like it.
Do you not like the next day, or do you not like the actual?
I don't like the
act of it?
next day. I don't like. I get extreme
Anxious?
anxiety. Yeah, I get really anxious, and it takes like 2 weeks to like get away from the anxiety part of it. So I don't want to deal with it.
Someone explained to me that's or for what they analyzed me at. They said that's how I reset. So I go through this really arduous week. I know you don't think I do anything, but
I never said that.
You just said it at the beginning of the podcast.
Sure.
I manage a lot of people. I have a lot of pressure to make other people money, like my employees and my wife and all that stuff. So at the end of the week, to relax, I shut my brain off. And sometimes to shut my brain off, it takes, 17, 18, 20, beers. No, but for real, it only takes me, 2 or 3 to shut my brain off, but maybe sometimes I go to excess, whatever. But it resets me. It puts me in an anxiety-ridden state the next day, always. And I've talked to you about that before.
Yeah.
And then by the time the night gets there, I've worked through all the issues that I had through the week. It gives me like a chance to decompress. And then I'm not giving myself an excuse to do anything. I'm just saying that's my pattern right now. And then that next day, on Monday when I wake up, I've gotten all the things that I need to figure out because I've been on the couch all day or whatever, and then I feel like I've reset myself.
So would you say that you'd only pick one day a week to do it?
Usually, in recent years, yeah.
So one day, Saturday.
Most of the time, it's Saturday if I'm gonna let loose.
You let loose, and you really let loose, and then Sunday you just stay home all day.
I like to stay home all day.
And you think that's okay?
It's my pattern. I don't know if it's okay. Doesn't make me like the happiest, but it does. It is comfortable.
So all right. So hold on. You work Monday through Saturday, right?
Right now, yes, Monday through Saturday.
So then Saturday you go home. You call me always to see what I'm doing, and then you're like, "Oh, let's go do something," and then we go out drinking, or you go out drinking and I just watch, or we go to someone's house and we hang out. I'll have a couple beers, whatever the case may be, and then you get it completely annihilated. And then Sunday you have the entire day to have anxiety and whatever, and then
to reset.
Do you think you're living then?
Yeah.
Because now you're just wasting a complete good Sunday.
How is that wasting?
Well, because
how is it wasting if that's what I want to do?
I mean, you don't do it all the time, obviously, because you have.
Yeah, but let's just say I did it every week.
I don't know. To me personally, I feel like you waste a day. It's a day that you can never get back.
Okay, but what if I'm doing everything that I want to do that day? This is what I want to do on Sunday.
On a Saturday. On a Sunday, you want to do absolutely nothing.
I just want to sit on my couch and watch TV.
I mean, I guess that's okay. I don't know. I don't want to waste anything. I don't want to waste the time. I don't think you can't get time back, and that's my thing. So if I can't get time back, I don't want to waste it having that anxiety for an entire 24 hours until.
Can I refute though and say that I actually enjoy it? I enjoy feeling that,
and that's fine. I mean, and that's something that I'm starting to. I'm not saying you personally, but I'm starting to understand patterns of people or what makes them feel better.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of
think of any addict.
No, and I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the only thing that I dislike, and not saying you, but a dislike is when people point fingers and blame stuff or say things that they shouldn't say in front of people.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it's detrimental to the relationship. and I don't know if they know what they're actually doing to a significant other or children, and stuff like that. I think that's the only issue I have.
Yeah, I know. I could see where you're coming
You
from.
know, you can have fun with all, you know, people can have fun with other groups of adults and stuff like that, and that's perfectly fine. I personally think, like, if there's children involved, I don't think I want to have them see how you are interacting when you're under the influence, because I really think we show the kids the future. Like, we present them with, like, how, you know, how to interact. And I think if you interact and you're showing them that you're drinking and interacting with other people, and then you get obliterated, and then you do stupid stuff or you say stupid things, and they listen to you. And the kids are really smart. After a certain age, 8, 9, 10, they know what's going on. They can see it. So, like, I don't know if I would want to create something in their mind that it's okay to do something like that.
Okay, so you didn't grow up with parents that went out
Absolutely
and did
not.
anything.
Nope.
So they were mostly homebodies.
Correct.
My parents really didn't go out and do anything, but my dad was, you know, I'm not gonna, you know, put him on blast on wherever, but he had fun. I never saw anything wrong with it. I don't think that there is anything wrong with it per se. I think that if you are abusing somebody mentally, physically, then there is something wrong. I never was abused ever. I've always had good experiences with that kind of stuff. My parents were amazing parents when it came to that kind of stuff. So I don't know if I could totally agree. I mean, I'm not that we're ever gonna. I don't think we agree on anything. But
no, we agree on
that you have no knees.
that you're fat.
So I don't think I totally agree. I think
and that's okay, because you're, like you said, you grew up in that way. I grew up in the way that my parents are. They're not drinkers. They don't go out. They don't do anything. And anything that I ever experienced in my life is because of my friends and their family.
So you've hung out with my family on occasions, and you've seen, not even on occasions, on every occasion, on every special occasion, and probably Danielle's family too. So she grew up with a dad that, you know, kind of lived like I do.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
so she's used to it. If she finds, I don't know, I'm not going to speak for you, but do you find comfort in how my patterns are?
Yeah, I mean, kind of reminds me of my dad a little bit, which is
ew.
Weird. I know it's weird.
Whatever. But I think that's what isn't it like what women do?
Yeah. Would you want to marry a woman like your mom?
It's a very hard question.
Would you want to marry a guy like your dad?
Not exactly. Like, it's little things, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how my mother was as a young person, and I don't know how she was. I only know her as a mom, but like I know she has like an adventurous spirit. I just don't know if she ever, like, she never casted it. She never showed it because she's first generation here. She didn't have that many friends, so it's kind of different. Like I've seen, when I saw her in Italy with her sister, she was a completely different person. I'm like, who the hell is this person? And she was having a blast and laughing, and I really never see her do that much here. So I don't know. Maybe. I mean, my dad, no. I don't want anyone like him.
I would be interested to see you as a parent for multiple reasons. Now, you're a great uncle. You're the funkle?
I am the funkle.
Okay. Fucking uncle. No, he's the fun uncle. And when you're a parent, obviously there's a different responsibility.
Correct.
But like I guess I never wanted to be fake in front of my daughter. And I always wanted to be a little more real, because I always had this vision of my parents that they were holier than thou. They were perfect.
Well, your mom thinks she's holier than thou. Or she likes to be next to
But
you.
I always had that vision of them, that they worked so hard, but they were just kids when they had me, and they had their mistakes. They fucked up a lot when they were raising me. They did exactly what I do on a very normal occasion, actually. So I don't see anything wrong in showing your kids you having a good time. I do agree with you totally, though, that when you become incoherent, you can't,
or inebriated.
Yeah, incoherent, same word.
Yeah, I know.
You can't be a parent. You can't.
And like
you become just a bystander.
You know, and I mean, I can go further with it on a couple of things. I don't think I want to. But yeah, no, I agree. I just, you know, it's just, you know, you see kids and you see how easy they're like sponges when they're younger, so they can see stuff. Like I'd rather I'd rather not show them the drinking part of it. I mean, I don't mind.
Reality of life until they're older and they can comprehend it.
No, I mean, like, listen, we can show a little bit of like beers and stuff like that, but like to the point where you're kind of completely blasted out of your frame and you're just gibberish and stupid stuff is coming out of your mouth and things that you probably would never say under the when you're not under the influence comes out. I don't know. I listen, and like you said, we both come from different households. Obviously, I only saw my dad drink a beer. But the only thing I did see was him smoke cigarettes when we were younger, and that was it.
Yeah, this episode was brought to you by Xanax and Zoloft.
What else?
And being fucking depressed after this conversation.
No, it's actually, but it's real world. It is what it is.
So I think we've run the gamut of stories we need to tell for today. I think what we need to do is we need to do a few more of these episodes where it's just me and Mondo,
and we can have that weirdo,
that girl in the back. I kind of like her in the back. I think maybe we get Diana M.
Oh God, please, Jesus. For the love of God, don't have her screeching voice on here.
No, you guys should definitely do your own.
Ew.
Wow.
What clam power.
All right. Well, why don't we sign off? Mondo, do you have anything to promote? Upcoming gigs?
No, upcoming gigs. There's no upcoming gigs. What we need to promote is a gym in Glen Cove. Retro is closed.
Yeah, let's see what happens with Viking Performance and Fitness.
That also.
I want to say thank you to our lovely, amazing, sexy, best-looking
I'm not saying that shit.
Co-host Mondo.
Thank you. I am one of
Danielle.
the most handsomest people. Look at these eyes.
All right, Mondo, sign us off, motherfucker. Come on.
All right, guys, enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. Drink some good beers. Please no IPAs. Get off that shit.
Peace out, Brussels sprouts.
Scout.